Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. Hello, good to see you. We've got some more Professor Lando. He's pretty cool. He's a degenerate, such as myself and everybody else watching this. But yeah, he's pretty funny. MILFs and Hags explained. I think we all know what a MILF is. I'm 41, so I don't even know what a MILF is anymore. I think it's just people my age. And hags, too. Same thing. But, I like the hags. I like the MILFs. I do. I really do. But yeah, we're going to get into it. Please like the video. I feel like I have to say that, and I don't know how exactly to say it. But here we go.
Hello, students. My name is Professor Lando.
Hello.
I'm an educator here at the esteemed Liberty University. Now, whether it's furries or femboys, or twinks and twonks, I teach about the important subjects. And in today's lecture, we're taking a look at a slightly older topic and a question.
Dexter's mom.
What exactly is the difference between a MILF and a hag? Now, I assume most people are familiar with what a MILF is, but in case you're unfamiliar, I think it's a good time for a quick refresher.
Sure.
I noticed that my old video on the subject has some terribly decent audio.
Oh, wow, that is old.
I'm not sure what happened there, but it being 4 years since then anyways, I thought it would be the perfect time to revisit the subject with some additions and updates on the material. MILF is a noun, an acronym for a mother I'd like to
Froink.
Now, although the term was circulating the internet for a while, MILF was popularized in the cultural zeitgeist when it appeared in the 1999 film American Pie.
Yep, I was going to say American Pie.
MILF. Mom, I'd like to
And it's important to note that this is not to be confused with another acronym for the word MILF being the Moro Islamic Liberation Front.
Is that? Oh, that's the Filipino terrorist group. My friends, when I was in the Navy, a few of my friends got deployed to the Philippines to go build like schools and stuff. And immediately after they left, that group bombed the school. So I'm pretty sure it's Philippines. It's pretty crazy. Anyway.
Based in the Philippines,
there you go.
Whose primary goal was to get an autonomous region for the Moro people. So again, that is not the MILF.
Hey, I know something. That's crazy.
Today's class, although there might be MILFs in MILF, as in members of MILF may include people considered MILFs, they are in fact very separate things. So that is just a textbook definition of what a MILF is, but there is an important question we need to answer.
Questions.
Does a MILF have to literally be a mother?
No.
But before we answer that question, you need to know that as diligent students of our esteemed university, you all spend countless hours online studying very cultured materials.
A little bit.
But while researching those sensitive topics, you have to delve into the unknown and often dangerous places on the internet. Luckily, we can thank our partner, CyberGhost VPN, for sponsoring this video.
It's a nice
giving
little
us a tool to navigate the internet
little plug.
with peace of mind. Whether you're researching femboys or furries for a homework assignment,
not so
or
much.
studying the ethical considerations
Go back to the femboy.
of MILFs or DILFs for a class project, you want to protect your privacy from shady websites and trackers. And most importantly, stay anonymous
Okay, I think
online.
we can skip this.
I'm currently doing
Maybe.
research for a revamped lecture on Rule 34, and I'm spending a lot of time.
Here, we're just going to skip ahead a little bit. I'm sorry, but
simply select one of their
go to his thing.
through their secure servers. This way, no one will even know about your online activity or what you're studying. CyberGhost also unlocks geo-restricted games and content from over 40 streaming platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime,
Man, this is a
and
long
Disney
ad.
Plus. And you can use this amazing tool in protecting
Go to
our
his
privacy.
thing. Sorry, it's too much.
Okay, so does a MILF have to literally be a mother? The answer? No, a MILF does not have to literally be a mother, because I believe that the most important aspect of being a MILF is a character's MILFy energy. Now, how do we define MILFy energy? Well, let's take a look at some examples. So here we have Danny Phantom's mom, Dexter's mom, and Nicole Watterson from the wonderful world of Gumball.
Sure.
3 undeniably MILFy characters.
I suppose.
Here we have a nurturing but protective demeanor across all these characters. They are all undeniably pretty thick, and the commonality here is the milfy hair. There is a distinct curvy bob that most milfy
it's almost like a Karen type hairstyle, honestly.
characters have. But as you can see, Nicole Watterson does not have
she's a cat.
hair. So we can say that the MILF bob is a strong indicator of milfiness, but not necessarily a prerequisite to be a MILF.
Thank you,
So let's
Gendy
take a look at a MILF that
Tartakovsky.
is not technically or explicitly a mother. Like Aunt May, played by actress Marisa Tomei in the Marvel Spider-Man movies. Although not
I heard about this. I haven't watched any new Spider-Man movies, but I didn't know she was Aunt May. Really? Okay. All right.
technically Peter Parker's
Weird.
mother, Aunt May displays some maternal qualities as a caretaker, but again, not technically a mother. And undoubtedly, Marisa Tomei is clearly a MILF,
Sure.
especially in this movie. Alternatively, we can take a look at a character that is technically a mother, but not a MILF, like the Pokemon Kangaskhan, which shows that actual parenthood is not a prime indicator nor necessity of MILFhood, but ultimately the character does need to have some sort of motherliness about her, whether it's her demeanor, her figure, her hair, or some combination of all those. Okay, so now the question is, where do hags fit in all this?
Yeah, where do they
Well,
fit?
when it comes to a discussion of older women in online spaces, older
Yeah.
characters, hags might often be confused for a MILF, but I'm here to clarify. that they are actually very different and separate categories, almost opposites. So what exactly is a hag?
What is
A
hag?
hag is a word to describe
Oh,
an
really? Ugly?
older woman. Now, this is a
I'm used to the VTuber stuff where it's hag is just an old lady. It doesn't have to be ugly necessarily. I'm looking at you, Tenma.
perfect example of practical sentiment going against the literal definition of a word, since people often use this term, hag, as a way to indicate their attraction to the character. Take a look at this
Hey, it's
example.
Marine.
This is Hosho Marine,
It
a
sure
pirate-themed
is.
VTuber. Now,
I'm
the
very
core
aware.
dynamic of Marine's hagdom is that she is an older woman in her 30s who behaves like someone much younger, often attempting to demonstrate cutesy behavior in the way that they talk or what they do. And importantly, this fact is teased by others and by her viewers for the dichotomy of the behavior with her age. But most importantly, this obvious attempt to
By the way, Lando's a really good artist. I don't know if anybody, I'm sure everybody knows that.
be
but
considered younger
just saying.
is seen as cute or attractive to people who like hags. This goes against the formal definition of a hag being simply an old, ugly woman. The opposite is true, actually. It's the fact that she is seen as too old that makes her behavior and thus classification as a hag an attractive quality.
Sure.
This can be summarized with one word: shame.
Shame.
Now, a key marker of hagdom is some sort of embarrassment, or again, shame.
Shame.
Whether that manifests through attempts to obfuscate their age or simply by trying to act younger, a hag is seen as performative in this nature. And also of note, hags in practice are not actually that ugly or that old.
Yeah,
this is a key trait of hags. Contextually, they are compared to very extreme expectations of youthfulness, often to a comical level. Marine, being in her 30s, is not that old in
Not
general,
really,
but
I
she is
mean.
compared to idols in their late teens or early 20s. In a tongue-in-cheek kind of way, of course. This element can be demonstrated by a popular meme in regards to hags. With enough power, you can refire even a dying star. In this meme format, a character,
I know her.
a hag,
I'm subscribed to her channel, but I don't really think it ever pops up in my algorithm. But she's another VTuber.
is surrounded by fertility aid supplements, implying that said character is far beyond the peak fertile age that demarks youthfulness.
Yeah.
This also implies a lustfulness towards the hag and is coupled with that again, embarrassment element, meant to bring attention to the supposed oldness of the character. So now, if we haven't been clear, what exactly is that difference between MILFs and Hags? So, when it comes to delineating between MILFs and Hags, there is a key difference. MILFs are older in appearance and mature in their demeanor, and are actually desired for their older qualities, whereas Hags are not actually that old and are desired for their attempts, seemingly so, to appear youthful as opposed to mature. If they are actually old and acted like an old person, they wouldn't really be desired as a hag.
I suppose.
Now, the term MILF is often used for both fictional characters and real people, while hag, at least recent times, has almost exclusively been used to describe fictional characters. So hopefully
Really?
that's given you a good framework
Yeah,
to
that
navigate
did.
MILFs and hags
Great
online.
gerb.
But as the saying goes, the best things often come in threes.
Okay.
That's not the only thing that's going to
Yeah, I get
cougars.
it.
Now,
Oh.
a cougar is an older woman.
Yeah, but a cougar is somebody who's trying to date a younger guy or girl, right? That's generally the way I go about that.
That has a particular interest in being with a markedly younger man romantically. Now, cougars have kind of fallen off nowadays.
Yeah,
often mocked
I haven't
by the
heard
more
about it
traditional
that much.
MILF in media, but we can't ignore their place in the conversation about older women. Now, whereas MILFs and even hags are more about our interest in the woman, cougars are about the woman's interest outward.
Sure.
And though it's important for a cougar to be somewhat attractive in a conventional sense, there isn't much emphasis placed on their physical appearance, since it's more
That's
about their
true.
behavior as opposed to our attraction to the cougars themselves. Do you have an older woman in your life? Perhaps you can now go to your mother
maybe-
and say,
no.
Mom, Professor Lando told me that you're a MILF.
No, nobody said that.
Okay, students,
Nobody's
that's gonna
going
be it
to.
for class today. But
Okay.
remember, your homework is to click the link in the description to check out the special discount that
All
CyberGhost VPN is offering to our class. For only $2.03 a month, you can take a huge step in protecting your
I'm guessing
online
that's
privacy.
the end of the video, right?
Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next lecture.
I think that's the end of it.
Sleem, Liad is gay, MK Anderson.
Okay. All right. I'm guessing he's reading off his patrons. Good stuff, Professor Lando, as usual. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description. You guys can check it out. His little promotion and whatnot sits. Yeah, those are a lot of fun to look at. And I honestly, I think just hags and MILFs and cougars are just people my age now. So there's no real interest. But when I was younger, when I was in the Navy, man, you got to avoid cougars like the plague. It's hard. It's hard to avoid them when you're in the Navy. You know, they just show up. I don't know what it is. That and strippers. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below. Helps out. And thank you very much. Bye.